Welcome to Istanbul, the biggest city of Turkey and the only one in the world founded on two different continents, Europe and Asia, which are divided by the Bosphorus Strait, which is a waterway that links the Black Sea to the Marmara and divides the city in two. Now I am on the European side of the city, very close to the old town, and actually right at the Galata Bridge. Galata Bridge is on the Golden Horn, a natural waterway that links the old town to the new part on the European city. And behind me you can see the new mosque from 17th century, and if you look really closely, you can also see next to the mosque a brick building, which is the Egyptian Bazaar or the spice market. We have crossed the Galata Bridge on the Golden Horn. We are at the heart of the old city and we are in front of the spice market or the Egyptian Bazaar, which was built in 17th century by the mother of a sultan next to a mosque that carries her name, Turhan Valide Sultan. The spice market is as traditional as it could be, and where it's a place where you can find spices coming from all corners of the world. Not just spices, but also cheese, nuts, all kinds of nuts, walnuts for instance. And the best Turkish coffee is to be found at the rear of the spice market. The oldest coffee grinder in Turkey from 18th century is situated just at the exit.
Kuru Kahveci Mehmet Efendi is the oldest and the most popular place to buy good freshly ground Turkish coffee. The establishment is still run by the same family and their coffee is regarded as the best to be found in Istanbul, hence people are queuing up for it. Walking inside, we see the bazaar really lives up to its name. It is full of spices, displayed in every corner of every stall. We see the yellow of the saffron blending in with the red of the peppers, dark vanilla standing next to cinnamon, an assortment of teas, pistachios, walnuts. It really is a sight for sore eyes.
Now we are at the hippodrome of the city of Constantinople, which was built by the Emperor Septimius Severus in the 3rd century. The people of Constantinople instantly fell in love with the hippodrome and the place became the beating heart of the city life. You must of course have to imagine the roaring crowds cheering for their champions during the chariot races. And because it was such an important place for the city, it was embellished with beautiful objects and obelisks. Of course, the most famous of the obelisks present in the hippodrome is right in the middle, the obelisk of Theodosius.
The carved marble relief on the base here shows Theodosius and his two young sons, Arcadius and Honorius. These two boys are to become the first emperors of Eastern and Western House of the Roman Empire after the division of Rome. But what is striking here is that in this moment they do not have the slightest idea about it yet. right of the obelisk lies the Blue Mosque, and we see Saint Sophia behind, adorned with minarets added to the complex by the Ottomans.
Now we are at the end of the Byzantine Hippodrome, where we see the German fountain, which was presented as a homage to Sultan Abdülhamit II in 1898 by Kaiser Wilhelm II after the visit that he had made to the city. It is decorated with golden mosaics inside the cupola.
These golden mosaics serve as a beautiful background to the monograms of Kaiser Wilhelm and Sultan Abdülhamit II. The blue discs carry the initials of the Kaiser, and the green ones display the initials of Sultan Abdülhamit. They are circling each other forever in friendship.
Now we have left the hippodrome behind us, and we are right in the middle of Sultan Ahmet's Square, which takes its name from the mosque that you see here. This is the Blue Mosque, which is easily recognizable among other Ottoman mosques because it's the only one that has 6 minarets. It is from 17th century and very beautifully decorated inside with Iznik tiles from the same period. The Iznik tiles are worldwide famous, and they were made with quartz crystals. The dominant color inside the mosque, the tiles have the color of turquoise blue. That's why the mosque is called the Blue Mosque.
The interior of the Blue Mosque offers the eye a true kaleidoscope of colors and light. It is indeed a beautifully crafted interplay between more than 250 stained glass windows, flooding the mosque with sunshine, and the fine turquoise tilework of Iznik that are worldwide known masterpieces of their kind.
Now we are finally at the Topkapi Palace, which was the imperial palace of the Ottoman sultans. The palace complex, which is very big and stretches over 4 courtyards, was built by the Ottoman sultans in 15th century, right after the conquest of the city. And it has remained as the royal house of the Ottoman family up until 19th century. Then the sultans moved to a second palace. But the treasury of the Ottomans was always kept in the 3rd courtyard of the imperial palace of Topkapi.
Topkapi Palace is quite unlike the European palaces because it's not built as a big chunky building, but rather as a series of separate pavilions stretching through the 4 courtyards. And the decoration, the interior decoration of each of these pavilions have some common elements. They are richly adorned with golden, red or blue colors usually, but they are quite minimal as far as the number of furniture goes. They come adorned with wall-to-wall divans or low settees, and they also have either a beautiful fireplace or a brazier for heating, as the winters of Istanbul can be really harsh with quite a lot of snowfall.
Now we are at the other end of Sultan Ahmet's Square, right in front of the Blue Mosque. Here we have the Saint Sophia. Saint Sophia is the most impressive Roman structure in the city, and it is worldwide known for its beauty and interior splendor. The dome is ever so impressive with its 55 meters height, and if you think about it, it is incredibly old, 1500 years old and still proudly standing.
We enter Saint Sophie, and the first image that welcomes us is the golden and silver mosaic of Virgin Mary and the baby Jesus on the throne of Constantinople. They are flanked by two emperors, Constantine and Justinian. Constantine on the right has the city of Constantinople in his hands, and Justinian on the left holds Saint Sophie. Both the emperors are offering their life's work to Virgin Mary, as she was regarded as the patron saint of the city. As we continue the visit inside, the golden mosaics of the Byzantine era dazzle our eyes. Walking inside, we see that the mosaics decorating the basilica are in a remarkably good state, which is really lucky. Of course, the first decorations from 6th century are mostly gone with the iconoclastic era, but some of the patterned mosaic ceilings in the narthex are still here to be seen. They can be admired with the help of the light provided by the Ottoman chandeliers that were installed in 15th century when Saint Sophie was transformed into a mosque. As we approach the dome, a feeling of greatness overwhelms us. It is as if the cherubs in the four corners came together in a celestial effort to hold it afloat, as they have been doing for the last 1500 years. And of course, we cannot help but admire them for it. And now, as our tour of Istanbul is coming slowly to an end, let us say our goodbyes from a beautiful corner of the historical peninsula where we can see the beginning of the Bosphorus Strait that divides the two continents.
Thank you for following us through the streets of Istanbul, and we hope that you did like the tour, and we are waiting for you to come here and do the tour together with us. All the best!